Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel here as Ascension Timelines here. So the powerful vortex of energy is opening, right? The stargates and everything. So it's all about being in your heart, right? Divine neutrality and conserving energies. And so that's the path of self-mastery. Those who are the indigo warriors, spiritual warriors who abused then who were ended up in military like MC under MIC, right? DARPA, who were extremely abused, violated through MK Ultra, SRA, all these satanic rituals and so on. So we are here holding the healing containers, as that's for my tribe, my soul group, and we're here the Ascension team from Andromeda and from the core of the universe, galaxy, even cosmos, right? Because I have devotion dedication to the solar rishis, the cosmic crystal solar dragons, kings and queens. So each and every day, just living very simply, but doing all kinds of meditations and going to the beach. Just beautiful. It's even though it's hot, it's there's let me see, this density going on around and humidity, and but just kind of taking it simply and slowly, and listening to my intuition. Like, for example, I still didn't go into the ocean much, just like a little bit, just walking on the beach, just preserving my energies, like I said, preserving my energies, and doing the transformational work through either japa mantra meditation, positive affirmations, being my heart, loving myself unconditionally, right? The forgiveness is very important. Thank you, Saint Germain, right? Being thankful and grateful, that's what brings you into that 0 point, and you find yourself in a negative vibes or on an automatic pilot, right? So time to be mindful, and time to be of course careful, time to be aware, because we are shifting the timelines. Everything is shifting, and of course there's a bifurcation of consciousness as well, who is choosing the descension kind of spiral, right? And then we're here holding the highest timelines of ascension. That's the Chris Cristala spiral architecture, Christosophia principle, okay, where we are bringing the divine masculine together with the divine feminine, so the inner earth or the inner child can be reborn, okay. Some of the teachings from the Essenes and from Yahshua D12, right? We're going back to Stargate D12, Aramathena, Lyra, the cradle of the human civilizations. Whether it was billions of years ago, it doesn't matter, because everything is here right now. And we're walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude and compassion, right? And here, like, blessing people, and just the smile on my face, even at work, sometimes, it's just you kind of make a mistake, but you go back into your heart, into your center, just, oh, thank you, I'm learning my lesson. Thank you, maybe I got a little bit off, right? Because disturbances are coming, all kinds of psychic attacks. Remember, we're the Starseeds, the Indigo Warriors, right? So we've been dealing with the power elite, with the black magicians, right? With the kind of Gestapo Nazi faction, and with their highly advanced technologies, right? They have cloaking technology, and but being the column of light shining bright, right? We're exposing everything shining, even through the military bases, and especially right on the moon and Mars. It was all run by hive mind, Nazi kind of algorithm, gold mine algorithm, and run by AI, right? So now the AI is not now everywhere, guys. It's part of our consciousness, also who we are, because the positive ETs, right? They work with AI, especially, they have spaceships and spacecraft and healing technology, helping us to heal the planet, the surface, the atmosphere, but also our aura, energy field, our physical bodies, right? So it's all about, right, tuning in, going deep within, doing the meditation, saying some prayers. Yesterday with this unity meditation with Sandra Walter, it was extremely powerful. So we've been doing it for 7 years. It's all about building the momentum, right? The potency. It's part of that quantum manifestation protocol, channeled by Marina Jacobi. Of course, it's from Hybrids, and she channels Council of Nine and the etheric technology. I know also lots of information from Lisa Renee. She's kind of my ascension guide in a way. She's she built that platform for star seeds, for their healing, for their rehabilitation, and it's just like a marathon, right? Holding the passing on that baton then to my soul group, who ended up in military abuse and violated, and also of course by those black magicians, by those negative ones, hybrid Anunnaki, Dracos, because we have their DNA. I also have the bloodline, right? The power elite with psychic abilities, but also they're using, like I said, the technology, the black hole technology, right? Because they're serving those negative aliens with their agenda, right? Especially about the depopulation and the wreaking havoc here on this planet, kind of imprisoning everybody, and kind of making us like a robots, creating cyborgs out of us. Yeah. So embracing everything that happens to us, and through our heart we can transform, transmute everything. So like Lisa Renee Ascension glossary, or her website Energetic Synthesis, has been very helpful for me. And so I am just kind of now building the platform for my soul group, my tribe, to rehabilitate their hologram, their DNA, right, through bioregenesis, yoga, Ayurveda kind of lifestyle, okay, instead of being on steroids and all these addictions, and being possessed, and all these radiations from 5G towers, and who knows what else, right? And of course we have harvesting of that kind of adrenochrome thing. I'm not going to talk much about it because we've been dealing with the Satanism, Luciferianism, so the power structure, right, the entire infrastructure. And so it's time to wake up from all that. It's so very important to actually acknowledge it, accept it, see it for what it is, because that's how we can transform and transmute it, instead of shoving under the carpet. And some, of course, people, they cannot handle it. It's not for them. So many people are transitioning anyway, right, dropping their bodies, which is, there's nothing wrong about it, because the energies are extremely intense, both ways, extremely. Whether it's the ascension energies, they're so powerful, the gamma ray frequencies, the photonic light, the plasma light, and all these spaceship and spacecrafts of those positive ETs, whether they're watching us, observing us, but also helping us through our inner technology. When we're activating our DNA, it's giving me peace and security, and just kind of this kind of sense of like I said, the inner peace, the sense of the God's presence. Like, we can bring more of God's presence here, guys, because we've been severed from source, right? And all the recruitments in the military, that's everything what they do, through that mind control, to hack your DNA, to hack you, cut you from source. And they're doing it from through the nanobots, CCP jabs, right? That's another topic I'm not going to talk about, but Lisa Renee talks about it, Nazism 4.0. And the Zeta seals, and the crucifixion implants. And it looks like I had to experience as much as possible all these things. And now I'm still walking. Why I'm walking, because there's a positive faction, there's positive timelines, there are positive extraterrestrial benevolence helping us to neutralize the effects of the implants, right, holographic inserts of those nanobots, nanites, right, that it was implemented through the negative structure, those negative aliens, and those who are serving those negative aliens, right, the power elite, the black magicians. And so it's just kind of, I'm like the walking example that things are possible. Things will never be the same, but there's a solution, and there is God, or there is justice, and justice will be served. And there's energies, Holy Father, Holy Mother, especially Holy Mother coming back online, right? Just being in nature, and just passion, guys. What is your passion, right? Asking yourself each and every day, who am I? Why did I come here to this planet? What in the world am I supposed to be doing here, right? My gifts and talents, and so on. And then just through that healing process, or speaking your truth with loving kindness, having that protection from the divine. We talk about the 12D shielding, Guardian Ascension Protocol, my website, yanakalai.com. You can look it up. And so that's all been helping me. And so I'm here, I guess, being in the example, these ascension energies, this portal for the transition to the next octave, harmonic universe number 2, soul connection, consciousness expansion, right? Through the 4D, right? 4th dimension, 5th dimension, and 6th dimension. That's the second harmonic universe number 2. I'm also dealing, especially with my tribe, on that monadic level. That's the 7th dimension. That's the planetary logos. That's the violet ray. Okay. And a dimension, this is your sacred heart. That's the galactic core that's had to be corrected. It's been corrected for like almost 3 years now. Okay, so we have the energies from the galaxy, from the galactic core, helping us with this ascension, right? This event, you know, all these solar flares also everywhere, right? The what is it, the Schumann resonance frequency, guys, it's just going up, up, up. It's enormous. So simplifying our lives, loving ourselves unconditionally, forgiveness is so important, guys. Just I can see the violet flame, you know, I'm a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. The chakra activation is happening, DNA activation is happening, all these rebalancing, recalibrations, upgrades, everything is happening here and now in this present moment. It's quantum, okay? It is galactic, it is supersonic, it is cosmic, okay? And because we, you know, because we've been here in the planet, everything with this inverted system, right? Running the bi waves, the binary system, and you know, it was the Vesica Pisces, right? Pisces, that kind of geometry. And now we are bringing everything right side up into Trinity, right? The base 12 mathematics, you know, the organic divine architecture of the this universe, from the solar rishis, the Christos founder races. So it is a huge big turn, right? The cosmic cycle, right? We're exiting actually the Kali Yoga and Kali Yuga through yoga, and entering the Satya Yuga, right? That's truth, speaking our truth. And so even that sacred geometry, right? We are repairing from that Nazi swastika, right? We're going back to the original cosmic cycle. That's what it represents, because sacred geometry, you know, the map, the math, you know, our chakras, aura, the entire system was hexed and hacked by extremely highly advanced technology from those negative aliens, right? But again, some of them actually, the faction, I talk about the elites, the cabal, we have to also be very careful, because there are factions, if they're fighting amongst each other, and some of them, they really never wanted to end up in these kind of horrible situations, doing all these horrible things to people, you know, like World War I, World War II, all these death camps, and now we have the 15 minutes smart cities and all this stuff. So, and I do have, because of my bloodline, I do have connection to the Anunnakis, to the Dracos, right? You know, the power elite, especially in the military, and those who were involved in those dark projects, and, you know, the Men in Black, the whole thing. Me introducing yoga, right, back in 2009 or 2010, I got attacked, and it was a huge big backlash, and I didn't have no information. Also, what I understand, like in the military, the patriarchal society, right, there's like, where's the communication, right? Very difficult. And there's also bastardization of the divine feminine, right? That's where all the sex games going on in the military, and the lunar forces, the moon. That's why I'm also very now careful how I talk about the zodiac and the signs. Of course, it affects us as well, whether it's on that A dimension, but there's also a faction like of the moon. And you know, we've been dealing with those artificial and negative timelines of those negative ones, right? That they were trying to constantly interrupt our ascension process, because even their technology, the looking glass technology, was showing them there's this huge big wave of ascension energies coming to this planet, and we are ascending, right? We're going to the next octave, because this is part of the evolutionary process, right? That not even the negative ones, even though they can move, you know, the orbit of the planets, they can move the galaxy, the solar system. That's how advanced their technology is. And of course, some of the technology was also stored in the moon, the military bases there, and their agendas, all this training. And remember, we also had a sex slave trade going on. I cannot talk much about it in a moon and Mars. And so for me, there was like the interesting coincidence, right? I mean, there's no coincidence. I mean, everything is like in a perfect design. It's a destiny, like star seeds, or like me being a star seed, meeting another star seed who kind of ended up working for the, you know, the cabal, for the dark side, right? With his or her Zeta technology. And you know, then I'm learning about the Project Paperclip, right? The secret treaties with Zetas, and it's got everything is coming to the surface, right? And it's just like unbelievable. Like we, the star seeds, we're activated, And now, like, where is the mission? What is the mission, right? And what we are doing, because we are here to anchor the ascension timelines. Very important. So many people can exit, whether on that physical plane or non-physical plane. We also have a portal for all these souls who were stuck, right, in those densities, who couldn't really ascend because of their karma and because of the mind control and programming. So we everything is being pretty much nicely constructed. We had the Ashland Reconstructor a couple of years ago as well. So those in the military, they can finally call upon their souls, claim their power back, because the negative ones, they have a highly advanced technology. It can capture their soul, and all kinds of stuff was happening on the moon. So again, you can read that. I'm not going to talk about it, especially when I'm posting it on my YouTube channel, right? The moon satellite, and the moon craft, and all this sexual misery programming, the beast machine. Oh my goodness, right? How this was all designed. I mean, and how the energy was kept under the control of the lunar forces, and the sacral chakra, it needs to be healed, guys. The sacral, your sacrum, your perineum, right? First chakra, second chakra, because those guys ended up in electrostatic bodies. We need to have our electrodynamic bodies with your chakra flowing, right, in perfect harmony, with your meridians also flowing without any obstructions and blockages. So acupuncture, right, yoga, Ayurveda, chanting, breath work, meditation, guys. To me, this is a way to go, how to reconnect with your true self, with your true essence, divine essence, who you truly are. And that's my mission, project, and so on. Even though, I'm dealing with the military, with DARPA, with the Nazis, with the Gestapo, with the, did I say the power elite, right? And with the black magicians, right? And so on. So this quantum manifestation, right? Just kind of posting things. You can check my post on ko-fi.com. I put lots of stuff about the also ether technology, the technology of those negative ones, and how we are quantum leaping, the quantum manifestation, so important, that kind of protocol channeled by Marina Jacobi, of course, from those hybrids. And I'm trained by the Andromeda Council here. I had this continuation of my mission, because they helped me to neutralize the technologies of those negative ones, right? The Zeta seals, the crucifixion implants, right? We need to also get out from that kind of dogma religion. And it's Yeshua, right? D12. He was a yogi. He was a Buddhist monk. He went to Himalaya, and he spoke Aramaic, ancient or old Jewish language, right? So we need to come back to our true original also history, so we can know ourselves, who we truly are. And it's part of that Galactic Codex, guys, where we have the right to know who we are, to know our history. We have the right for ascension. We have the right to meet our soul family, galactic family. So that's very interesting, because part of it's the elite, of course, those, the controlling group, and part of it's of that Melchizedek order, and also the Solar Christ Michael, right, the blue flame, who ended up in MC, in those terroristic organizations, recruited for those dark projects. And so it's very interesting. Like, my situation, extremely challenging. Plus there is of course, there's family involved in it, hybrid children involved in it. So there's lots of dynamics that I have been dealing with, and constantly harmonizing the energy fields, and transforming and healing it, and helping people, and just a little bit of money that I get. But it's all about now happiness and simple life, and connections, reconnections to the divine, and just finding like-minded or heart-like people or individuals, right, who are kind of on the same path. And it is true, even just going to grocery store, people talk about saving Mother Earth, Mother Nature, because I always bring a bag with me. I don't need those plastic bags. It is, people are smiling at you, you pick up a trash, this lady, oh, this is so nice of you, you're doing it. I said, that was something mine I had to pick up. And she said, oh, she's doing the same thing. If I go to the beach, I see a plastic, I don't like plastic on the beach. And also, I don't like cars. Of course, in America, it's very like famous, or common, going to the beach, and you can drive there and park on the beach. I personally don't like it, but it's okay. But if I see some plastic stuff, I take it and I throw it to the trash. At least, I'm sure there's another thing, the trash thing going on. The ETs, the extraterrestrials, still know that we are over stuck, or over flooded with all this trash because we don't know how to recycle things, right? And even with food, right? I'm of course working in the restaurant, right? Instead of having things to nicely put it in like a compost, right? Process the food and having it as a compost, and just put into people's gardens so they can have their own, they can grow their own food, things like that, guys, that used to exist in Atlantis, Lemuria. So we are resurrecting these kind of timelines of Lemuria, of Atlantis, right? Of the good ETs, the Pleiadians, the Icturians, the Andromedans, the Lyrans. I mean, we are the ETs. We are them as they are us, so through our sacred heart, we're connecting with our true family, star family. And remember, through the Galactic Codex, right, we're now, those who are choosing Ascension, we're on the law of grace. And so remember also the Ascension Protocol from Telos, right, the 5D protocol from Telos, from the Telosian, the Agarthians. We're walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude and compassion, right, and just creating this beautiful electromagnetic field of harmony, of peace, of unity, of Christosophia consciousness or architecture, right? Because we had the astral construct in the astral plane. Like I said, now you can finally resurrect the energies of your soul, right? Soul connection, consciousness expansion. I talk about it, so you can ascend at least partially, right? Because those guys, like I said, ended up in electrostatic bodies. We need our bodies to be electrodynamic. Like we're like channels of energies, and it's all about going back to truth, to innocence, to purity. That's why I talk about drinking distilled water, superfood, Ayurveda diet, or going back to garden, growing your own food. Like do whatever you can, to keep yourself safe and happy and living simply, going back to basics and aligning ourselves with the law of one. But anyway, for the military, right, I have these special projects and protocols, and I put more hyperlinks, that there's this evidence that moon is artificial, okay, and what else, how it is important for us to start raising the frequency vibration so we can connect with ETs. Again, Galactic Codex, right, it's all about that, connecting to our star family, galactic family, and helping us to heal our DNA, or also there's the magnetic spin damage of our Merkaba of ascension vehicle, okay, because we're the vessels. This is the holy grail. This is why they're trading our DNA, right, the negative ones, the galactic traits. They need our genetic materials, and so they need it, and so they can control us, the 5-minute cities, right? That's what kind of what they're building, especially in those big mega cities. And it's kind of sad story, but at the same time, it's a lesson for all of us. What are we choosing? Love and, soul? Are we choosing, just living simply and connecting to our true essence, who we truly are? Are we choosing to be of service, understanding our true divine nature? Or it's just the kind of the comfort zone and like the money and, the AI of that kind of inorganic faction, and working for corporations and having all these monies, and everybody's choosing, and it's time to be responsible, accountable, right? So that's why also the credo for the new Earth jurisdiction, you can read that on my website as well. And so lots of, guys, education. We need to be re-educated, and of course deprogram, right? The rewiring of the subconscious mind, very important. So I'm holding the energies for all that, right? The healing container for everyone who wants to go back to cosmos, to their true original essence, reconnect with their soul family, star family, galactic family, okay? So this is kind of the portal that I'm representing, or the vortex, right, where the Ashtar command, serving the law of one, of course, with the Andromeda, that's the crystal star family, hosting this ascension, and of course also having that loving connection, devotion to the solar rishis, this cosmic solar dragons, kings and queens, just helping us, right, exiting that cycle Kali Yuga, and entering, right, the new golden age in Aquarius. So Saint Germain, that's the 7 ray, and like I said, 7, 8 and 9 dimension, because the secret societies, guys, they were infiltrated from 9 dimension. That's why the Andromeda That was the Kundalini rising, where they infiltrated the symbology and put everything into the bywave frequency, running the reversals, right? They call it metatronic reversals, or the inverted system, the base 10 mathematic, it's kind of Draco consciousness. And of course they had stations, satellites in Draco Constellation, Tuban Constellation. We're dealing with Alpha Draconis. And I know I have their DNA, that they have extremely powerful mental abilities, psychic abilities, psionic abilities. So everyone, to me, it's their responsibility to activate everything that has been given from God and from source, through your inner heart, inner hub, ascension. That's the plan B, guys. That's how we are ascending, through that inner Christos, right? Through your inner self, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, like I said, forgiving yourself, being grateful and thankful. That's what brings you into that 0 point divine neutrality, and you're the compassionate witness, right? And you're understanding your role, who you truly are, and that you're here activated for a certain mission. And of course mine is also secret as well, secret and sacred, okay? And just making this world, this planet, a better place, make this entire solar system, this galaxy, right, making it or bring it into that positive timelines, step by step, fractal by fractal, because we are the co-creators with the divine, right? We're going back to that Emerald Order, Emerald Covenant, which is the evolutionary path, is the loving co-creation with the divine under the law of one with free will, because we're extremely creative beings, okay, here in this human DNA, in this human DNA skin suit. And so even though you're of that Draco kind of background, or the Anunnaki, right? The hybrid Anunnaki, they also need lots of rehabilitation. Those, of course, who are choosing the healing, the ascension, who are choosing, or who are opening their hearts, and they want to stop that nonsense of that dark cycle. They don't want to end up then in that black hole, right? Because we've been dealing with black hole technology, with black hole entities, even from that WISA system, that's another fallen matrix, right? With this black dragon moth, right? Just kind of in that Asia kind of location, right? And I talk about the CCP JEPs and the Chimera group, and the Archons AI, right? Running reversals. So people talk about 4D. That's another thing, like, 4D, when you go into 5D, there is no distortion, and there's no psychic attacks, and you're so safe, and it's paradise. For me, the way I understand that, and that those are extremely ancient, some of them, the Dracos, they're extremely ancient beings, and also the Anunnaki, 11 dimension, Draco 10 dimension. So even though it's darkness beyond description, right, they do have access to those 10 dimension, 11 dimensions, through the vessels of human beings. That's why the guys also in the military, right, they are stripped of all their rights. They're just batteries. And that's why the recruitment is all about turning everything upside down for them, right? And there are the portals that become the portals of those dark ones, and they're executing or carrying agendas of those negative ones. And you can see the footages of Julian Assange, right? What really was happening there. It's all transpiring. It's all brought to the light, and divine justice. Justice will be served. It's under the law, right? And so we have to be also very careful, the military, the Pentagon, right? I mean, the DARPA, Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy. But through the Ascension Protocol, and through the quantum manifestation, and loving yourself unconditionally, and going back to Christ, right? Or going back to Holy Mother, Divine Mother, going back to Cosmos, we can, of course, we succeed. The victory of the light. It's know that, and know that all is well, and everything is possible through Christ. Okay, and that's the truth, because only the truth will set you free. Semper Fidelis Spiritus Sanctus, right? Christos Sophia Maria Magdalena. So we are changing or I am, through the Andromeda Council, right? We're changing the entire architecture in the military, especially the MC, right? Whether they still want to call themselves Marines, but it's now, the Ashtar Command under the law of one, serving the infinite one, okay? And we have all the technology for their bioregenesis, rejuvenation, recalibration, upgrades of their DNA, the damage, because they ended up in electrostatic bodies. So guys, this is all for today. Interesting dynamics. I hope you're staying safe, hydrated. Love conquers all. That's the answer. Like just loving yourself or showing love to your neighbor, right? Of course, with protection, 12D shielding. You can check that on my Guardian Ascension Protocol, guys. All the healing tools are there. And my theme also, the lunar transfiguration, what it means, because all these sex games, right, in the military, and you know, kind of the desecration of the divine feminine, of course divine masculine as well, right? So we're healing also our second chakras. I mean, all our chakras, you know, they need to be healed and rejuvenated, repaired, kind of, and aligned with source. So then, you know, we become the column of light shining bright. We fuse with the white light, and that's how we get again activated and ascended and transcend, right? We transcend, be above that matrix of the archons, the 3D matrix, computer simulation with proxy wars, with proxy Israel, and so on. So lots of course, you know, information you can find. That's what I said, lunar transfiguration, right? From lunar we're going to solar Christ. So the unity meditation, 3 hearts meditation, right? Being on the sun, drinking distilled water, just superfood, just doing what we can the best and leave the rest for God. The surrender is very important. It's not like surrendering to your enemies and now you are weak, and you know, it's just like you're, you know, you're supposed to be the super soldier. No, this is just kind of, we have to really now surrender to the divine, serving the light divine through that inner hub, right? Through the Ascension Protocol, through the transformational process, healing process. So I have the Galactic Project from the Ashtar Command for DARPA and for my soul group, okay? And it's not just like being weak. No, it's actually time to be smart and time to really choose the path of love, of ascension, because then you become, again, the true spiritual warrior, the rainbow warrior, the Christos, I would say the Essene Christos Templars, right? And being the defender of truth and divine justice. So I will end here right now, but just go. You can go the Ascension also protocol for the Indigo warriors, right? You have to heal on that soul level and also on that monadic level. So there are all kinds of healing suggested, okay? So just kind of check out. I know there's a little bit cost for that. It's from Lisa Renee, Energetic Synthesis, so you can check it out, guys, and it is absolutely worthy to start feeling your true divine essence, who you truly are, feeling the unity, the Christos consciousness, and the divine feminine, guys. Nothing can beat like the God's presence. You're embraced and enveloped by infinite love, of pure consciousness, and it's just, to me, then you understand what really life is about. And you know, God is the creator of all, whether you want to call it source, you know, the supreme intelligence, guys. That's how you start feeling and also understanding the meaning of life and what life is really all about. It is mysterious path, you know, that's why I want to path of Mystica, Rosa Mystica, but it's just the connection to the divine through your inner hub, through your inner Christos, guys. This is the way to go. This is the way to heaven, to paradise, right? Exiting here this low vibes, okay, of horrible abuse and violence and devastation, right? And all these, this is not our lifestyle. War here, war there, you know. We're supposed to live in communities, right? Of course, with ETs, we are the ETs with highly advanced technologies and co-creating beautiful worlds, beautiful planets. Some of us are beautiful stars, right? We are the star seeds, and you know, expanding the universe, expanding our consciousness into the infinite, into infinity, right? So many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.